Hi guys, happy Glitter Pit Day. I'm not here live with you, but I am over here in the chat. So chat, ask some questions, ask me how the vacation's going. So I just went to the dentist, which is actually Monday. What is today's date? I'm actually filming this video pre-recorded. So today I went to the dentist and I got my teeth cleaned. Don't they look good? All right, so when this video will be posted will be a day before our anniversary. So you guys remember last week's card. We made this really super cute card for my hubby. Oh, I love it. So if you want to check out that video, that link will be listed down below in the description box. Today is an amazing interactive moving card. I don't think I've ever made one of these cards before, and I am in love with this card. It hits all the points for me. I'm of course used the pizza guy, the supremely awesome stamp set again for my husband's card. So I will show you that here when I flip the camera around. But we're not going to make that one today. We're going to make another one using the Hey Chuck. Just because it's a little bit easier to color and we can kind of speed it up. Okay, so you'll see both cards finished, but we're going to make the Hey Chuck one, all right? So, and it's mainly the mechanism is really what I want to focus on today. So let's go ahead and flip this over so we can get over with the updates, because tomorrow is the last day for a lot of promotions. Oh, no, I don't want that. Is that right? No. There we go. We'll get it sooner or later. All right, so happy Wednesday, everybody. All right, so let me go ahead and tell you, this is the current new host code. If you want to use this code, you'll get a small gift mid to late September. So this code is posted over on my website, which is right here, dawnstampingthoughts.net. That is my website and also my YouTube channel, and also over on Facebook too, if you want to follow me over there. But this is where I post on my website, which is dawnstampingthoughts.net, all right? So you can get all the information, and I'm going to really try to get the PDF for this card, but it's going to be like last week's. It's not going to have all the cuts and the where to connect it, because it's just too wordy, and I don't know how to word it so you guys understand it. So print, if I get the printable or the PDF added to my website or on this video, it will be listed down below in the description box. And then if you subscribe to my newsletter, if I got it done, it would be in the newsletter too. But if it's not, then I ran out of time. I'm so sorry. But it's really simple measurements and really simple pieces to actually make the mechanism, all right? So go to my website, get the host code, and also get the PDF and everything if there is one tomorrow. Okay, and then also the last day to redeem your coupons is tomorrow. August 31st is the last day. So these were the $5 coupons that we were collecting in the month of July when we spent $50. For every $50, you got a $5 coupon. And if you spent $150, please make sure you're looking at that email, because sometimes if you spend over $150, they might put all the coupons on one email. So you might have multiple coupons on one single email. You're not going to get like 3 individual emails. They usually put them all together. So please double check your emails for that. Last day to cash them in is tomorrow. September 1st will be, these coupons will be expired, all right? And then also the kits are up to 30% off. I got to make sure I say that. So the kits are on sale, and these kits are only available on my online store, which you can click on. You know, there's a link down below in the description box as well as over on my website. But there is a lot of kits over there, you guys. Check it out. And they're like really nicely priced, you know, discounted right now. Okay? All right, so are you guys ready to see this knockout, over-the-top, amazing, fun-fold, interactive moving card? Can you tell I'm excited? All right, so this is my husband's card that I made him, and it's like under top security, locked up until tomorrow, which I'm going to give it to him on the road. So, but he's going to be like, he's going to be speechless is all I'm going to say. He's going to say, how did you do that? And I'm going to show you guys before I actually show him, because he's not getting it for another couple weeks. But I'm going to show you guys how to make this card. Now, I will give a disclaimer. Go slow, very, very slow. Do each step right along with me. And then once you make it, then you'll be a pro. I promise. Okay, so here is the card, the front of it. And then when you move this part, it moves to change a greeting. Can I get a round of applause? Seriously, I love this card. The applause goes to the card because that's all the, oh my gosh, the amazement. So the card itself says, together we make a deluxe combo. You guys remember from last week's card. And then, of course, I got the cute little pizzeria guy. Now, another disclaimer, we don't eat pizza anymore unless it's like carnivore pizza. So, but anyway, it's just a cute card. So then you turn this and then it changes to, you've got a pizza, my heart. Now, this is not your standard size card. So you can either hand deliver it like I will be, but I will be making an envelope for it. So if you have the envelope punch board, you can definitely make this size card. So this is a 5.5 by 5.5 card. Okay, so I just took a full piece of black cardstock, cut it at 5.5 by 11, and then I scored it at 5.5. And this mechanism piece right here will fit onto your card. I just keep on doing it. And I know my husband's going to be like, how did you do that? And he's like, looking at it. I know. I just know my husband. After 35 years, I know how his mind works. So, of course, I got to give him an over-the-top card. So he's going to actually get these two pizza cards. This one we made last week. This is a super cute fun fold too. You can check out that video, like I said, listed down below from last Wednesday. And then this one. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to first make the mechanism to kind of keep it pretty simple with you guys, all right? Okay, so we're going to grab our paper trimmer. We're going to cut on the 3-inch side across the top on your paper trimmer. Remember, all 4 pieces are cut at 3 by 5 1/8. And we're going to line this up at 1 1/2. And we're going to cut down to, remember, you're going to cut down to 1 1/2. Well, it's 1 1/2 right here. But you're going to go a little bit longer. So you're going to go to like 9/16, which is like the 16th mark or even the 8th mark past the half. So you can go to 1 5/8 or 1 9/16. So just go to 1 1/2 and then a little bit longer. Okay. So that's going to be one section. Then on the second piece with the 3-inch side across the top, we're going to line it up at 1 1/2. This time we're going to cut down to 3 5/8 or 3 9/16. Just go to 3 1/2 and then a little bit longer. Okay. So this is going to be the 2 panels for the front of our card. Now these 2 panels we're going to cut with the 5 1/8 side across the top. So we're going to cut, let me make sure these are 5 1/8. Yep, so 5 1/8. These are still 5 1/8 by 3. But with the 5 1/8 side across the top, we're going to line it up again at 1 1/2. And you're going to take it down to 1 5/8 or 1 9/16. So just a little bit past the 1 1/2. Okay? And do the other piece the exact same way with the 5 1/8 side across the top. Line it up at 1 1/2. And then cut it down to 1 1/2 and then a little bit more. Okay, so now these 2 pieces are going to be for the bottom section of the card that's going to be moving. Okay, I'm going to need that trimmer here again in just a little bit. Okay, so for our panels here, we're going to have our short end going to the right. This is going to be for the top. And then the long cut end, which is the 3 5/8 or the 3 9/16 cut, you're going to have that pointing to the left, and that's going to be the bottom of your card. Okay, this will all make sense in a minute. And then these 2 sections, remember we cut 1 1/2, 1 1/2 on both of these. One's going to face right and one's going to face left. Okay, so we're just going to keep those there for right now. Now we're going to color and stamp our Hey Chuck stamp set. So I have my greetings, and this is the stamp set I'm using, Hey Chuck. This is in the annual catalog. We love this stamp set. I'm using this rooster here and this one right here. And I'm also going to stamp It's Your Birthday and You've Got Something to Crow About. Now, I'm also digging out the Hey Birthday Chick, and I'm using Let's Celebrate. So if you guys have this chicken stamp set, you guys must have saved it because we all love the chicks, right? So we're going to take our 2 pieces of basic white. These are both cut at 2 3/4 by 2 7/8. Now this is the thing. You got to make sure you're stamping it the right side. So these panels are going to be going on to your 3-inch sections right here. So one's going to go here and then one's going to go here, right? So you're going to make sure, since your panels are 3 inches wide, you want to stamp on the 2 7/8 side. So this is the 2 3/4 by 2 7/8. So whatever the 2 7/8 side right here. So you're only going to have a little tiny border compared to the 2 3/4. It's going to be a little bit wider. Can you see that? So when we're stamping with our card, we want to make sure we're stamping with the right panel going in the right direction because we're going to cut this in half. So this is the 2 7/8 side right here. So I'm going to stamp my roosters this way. And then I'm also going to stamp my roosters on this panel here, 2 7/8 side. So 2 7/8 is going across, like right here. Okay? This is very important. I made this card so many times just because I kept messing that part up. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp our greetings first. This one's going to say, You've Got Something to Crow About. That's going to go on the bottom. And then we're going to stamp the It's Your Birthday, again, on the bottom. Okay? All right, and then we're going to stamp our roosters. So this one is going to be the one that looks like he's crowing a little bit extra. So we're going to set him, and I'm trying to keep him in the center somewhat because you are going to be cutting this in half. Okay? And then this one, this is right? Yeah, 2 7/8. Yeah, so make sure you're stamping with the 2 7/8 going across. That's the most important thing. Okay, so now we're going to stamp the big rooster right here for the front. Or I should say for the inside. Sorry, well, he's kind of crooked, but I already have one done. So I'm just showing you what to do, okay? All right, so now we're going to go ahead and color. And like I said, I've already got them colored, so I'm just going to show you what I did. So I used the Lemon Lolly, the light, and the dark. So I'm just going to color one with you really quick. So we're going to just color in the outline of the rooster. Just outline and then color a little bit inward towards his belly. And then a little bit on his feathers here on the head and his tail feathers. Take the Lemon Lolly light and finish coloring in his belly. And then a little bit more on his tail feathers. We're going to finish off his tail feathers with the orange or the pumpkin pie. Okay, so pumpkin pie light is for the tips of his feathers. And I colored both of these roosters the same way. And then I just did around his feathers on his neck and his wings here. And then I added a little orange around his belly. And then coloring his beak and stuff with the orange. And his eyelids. And then his feet. Okay. So that's the big rooster so far. And then another thing you guys know I like to do is take the pool party. And I like to outline the rooster just a little bit. Just to make them pop off the page. And I'm not being very careful with adding this pool party. You can use smoky slate too. Okay, so there's one of my roosters already colored. Okay, so I've already got both of these done. So now let me grab them and I'll show you what those look like. So here's my roosters. Aren't they cute? So again, we're stamping. This way is 3, well, this way, actually, this way is 2 7/8. This way is 2 3/4. Yes. Okay. Because what's going to make the difference is when we cut these in half. Okay. So let's get our trimmer. So now we're going to cut these roosters in half. I know after you stamp them and you color them, it's like, oh no, we're not going to cut them in half. Yes, we are. Okay, so on the 2 3/4 inch side across the top on your trimmer, you're going to line this up at 1 3. Is it 1 1/2? 1 5/8 maybe? 1 5/8? Is that right? 1 3/4 would be, let me see. I want to say it's 1 1/2. So we want to go a little bit bigger. So let's do the 9/16 again. We'll try that. Right? I think that's good. We're going to try it. Or you could just cut it at 1 1/2 and then you can trim it down. Let's do that. 1 1/2. I don't remember. And I just made this card. I think it's 1 1/2. So again, 2 3/4 on this rooster. Cut it at 1 1/2. If we need to trim it down to make it fit, we can always trim it. Okay? All right. Now, this is another important part, is the liquid glue. We're going to glue our roosters. Let me show you here. Remember how we had these designed out or lined up? This is the short end, right, on top. And then we have the long end on the bottom. So now this is where you want to decide if you want your one rooster on the front and then the other one on the inside, okay? So I'm going to put this one on the front. So we're going to put the top image. Let me see if this is going to fit on here. We might have to trim it down a little bit. I'm going to trim it down just a little tiny bit. And I'm going to trim it down from the top side. All right, so now we're going to put our top. These two pieces go together. And these two pieces go together, okay? So we're gonna put our glue on the back. And this is really important. You want to make sure everything gets glued down because this card is moving and there's nothing worse than a piece of the corner that's going to get stuck. So make sure you're getting the points really good with the glue. Okay? And we're going to take our first piece. Remember, this piece is facing right. This one's facing left. So we're going to take this first piece here. This is going to be the front of my card. And we're going to put this right on the top panel right here, making sure the corners are glued down. Okay. Then we're going to take the bottom section of our rooster. We're going to put it on the bottom section of our piece here. Making sure to get all the corners. So this is our top. This is our bottom section here at the bottom, right here. Okay, making sure you get the corners done really good with the glue. You can just hold them there. Now this is the way this piece is going to go together. Let me show you. So remember, this is the way it's going to go. Then you're going to take your long cut here and you're going to splice them together. And then you should like make a reconnecting piece of your front of your card right there. Okay? So this is all I did, as I took the top and the bottom and I took this cut line here and I put it into this cut line. Kind of like sandwiched it between there, and then they should line up perfectly, just like that. Okay, so this is going to be the front of our card. Okay? Now we're going to move over to this section over here. Remember, these two are going vertical. So we're going to take our front of our rooster here. We're going to put him here. And then we're going to put the bottom piece of the rooster down on the bottom on the second piece facing left. So we're going to take our glue. Again, making sure to... I think actually this chicken is, or this rooster is the one that's moving. But you still want all your pieces glued down really nice so none of them come off. So this one is facing the right side, remember? So this is going to go on the top. We're going to glue our bottom part of the rooster onto the second part facing left. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and put these pieces together. So we already got these two pieces. Let me go from here again. So we got our two pieces, one with the top facing right and one with the bottom facing left. And we're going to sandwich these together with the cut lines, right? And then you can kind of tap the bottom, make them line up, right? And then we're going to take our top piece here with this cut line, and we're going to lift up this first panel over here on the left, and we're going to slide this piece into the top section over top of that other rooster. So they should slide right into that. Okay, so now you have another body rooster on top with the other rooster bottom. Okay, do you want me to do that again? Okay, so let's do this again one more time, because I know this is very confusing and I want you guys to be successful at making this card. Okay, so we have both of our pieces, one going to the right, one going to the left. You're going to sandwich these together into the cut lines, right, and line them up. I always like tapping them on the counter. Okay, then with this panel right here, the bottom feet, this one, you're going to take the top section of the rooster, and with that cut line, you're going to slide this piece underneath this flap, and then you're going to line this cut line up with that, and it should go right over top of that other rooster to cover it up, just like that. Okay, now we're going to take this section here, this cut line, remember, is going to the left. So now we're going to take our top section, remember we took the bottom flap here for the top, it's like opposite day. Now we're going to take the opposite for the top. We're going to count back 3. 1, 2, 3. There should be 3 layers on the top layer of your rooster. So in between the 2 and the 3, you're going to take your bottom piece of your rooster. You're going to slide that in there. And then this should all like slide together. And then this should make the completed image of your other rooster. This tap it on the table. I find that that makes it, see how it's coming together? So you have your full rooster here. And then this bottom section of the rooster, this section right here, this right here, is what's actually going to move. So you might have to get it started right here, but it should move. Hold on, right there. Let's try it. Once you get it moving in the right direction, it should move. And like I said, this is the most important part for having your glued pieces down. That's why you want to make sure your points are all lining up. That's why tapping it on the counter makes a really big difference. So this is this bottom section here is the only section that's going to actually move to change your image right here. See, once you get it on the track for moving, it should move really smoothly. Don't you love it? All right, now this over here is staying solid. So this panel over here, these two panels are not even moving. The only pieces that are moving are these two right here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and glue this section down over here. So lift up your panel a little bit. Just put a little bit of adhesive there so they know that that section is not going to move. Let me put some over here. Okay. So then you can tap it to make sure the rooster and everything is lining up good. And then you can slide it over. Okay. Ta-da! Now, I do have one that's already done. So let me show you what else I did. So I took some basic white and I stamp the greeting, which is right here, the Let's Celebrate You, and I stamp that with the Memento ink, and then I cut the words apart. So there's 3 separate words, because right here on this panel on the side, right here, I wanted that to have a greeting of some sort. But to show you, I'm going to show you on my finished one. But when you're putting your greeting on this panel over here, you don't want the back side or the front, the back side for the dimensionals and the front side for the greeting to hit that point right there. So that's why that Let's Celebrate You is a great greeting, because it's not only small enough, but it's going to take up space over here on this left-hand side. So I'm going to line up my roosters, and then I'm going to put my greetings, which I've already cut out, and I put on dimensionals. So let me go ahead and show you this part here. So now you can actually start activating that rooster to go, so you know kind of like where you want to avoid putting your words, right? So let's celebrate, and then you right over here, right? And of course, before you actually press them down into the spot, make sure there's clearance there for that to hit or not hit. You don't want that to hit there, okay? So then this is actually the way the card is going to be put together on your 5.5 by 5.5 piece. So this is the way the card, I just had a call, sorry. So this is the way the card is going to be on your 5.5 by 5.5 inch piece of cardstock. Okay, and then you can put some designer paper up here if you want to add some decoration. Now, another thing that I seen is that I took a 1 1/4 inch circle punch, and I'm going to punch that out with the basic black, just because I'm using the black as my base. And I'm just going to fold this circle in half to make like a little tab. And then I'm going to glue the tab with these 2 pieces together. Now, on my other one that I'm going to show you here in a second, I'm going to show you that I glued them separately. So I put the tab on this section right here, like this. But I'm going to try it with this, with the tab on both layers, so they stay together. Because I feel like when the tabs are pulled apart, then it gets kind of confusing on how the card actually works. So I'm going to put my tab on these 2 pieces at the top. Because see, it's still going to move. See that? So this is just telling the person to move the tab. Let me pull this out a little bit. I put it down too low. Hold on. Pull it up a little tiny bit so it's an actual tab, right? Okay. And then we're going to put our black and white designer paper. This is from the Zany Zoo designer paper pack. And then this is going to cover up that tab. This is cut at, what did I say this was cut at? Hold on, let me measure it really quick. I want to say it's cut at 2 by 2 7/8. So it's going to fit right in that little section there. Okay. So now you can see that I actually glued it to the back side, where the other one that I'm going to bring over, because I've already added all my dimensionals to the back, it's only glued to the front panel that's actually moving. Okay, so let me show you that one really quick. So here is the finished one here. Now you can see that I only glued it to this section on this panel back here. Whoop, it's like stuck there. Hold on. It wasn't supposed to stick to that. Must add glue or something on there. So either way is great, but both of these, see how these pieces are moving independently? So you don't want that. You don't want to confuse them when you're doing that. So maybe that's what I did, is I glued it together. That's exactly what I did. So just glue your tabs together, so then when they're moving that, everything is solid and put together. You know what I mean? So there's my interactive card. All right, now here is my 5.5 by 11 piece of basic black. So this is your 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and I cut it at 5.5, And then I scored it on the 11-inch side in half at 5.5. Okay. Now this is how you're going to put this layer onto your card. Wait, let me get the other one because I've already got all the dimensionals. I know this is like an overkill on the dimensionals, but this is the only section that's going to be stuck to the base of the card right here. Okay. Because this piece over here has to move. No matter what, you do not put anything on this right-hand side. Everything comes over here. And then also when you're adding your dimensionals, make sure you have the clearance right here with the point. See how that's coming up through there? You don't want to have anything blocking that movement. So I put a lot of dimensionals back here. So let's go ahead and peel these off, and I'll put this on the card. So just make sure when you're putting the dimensionals on, you're only putting them on the left-hand side back, and then make sure you're moving the panel part of the interactive so you know that it's not going to get interfered with the moving part of the card, because this will be on the card. Also, the dimensionals will help the card move because you're not adhering it down with your, say, tear and tape or stamp and seal, because you want this to move freely here. And I feel like the dimensionals gives it a little bit of height for you to be able to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this on the card. So close up the card where you want it. And then we're going to put this onto the 5x5 square. And we're only going to adhere this side down to the card. Okay, and then when you move it, or when they move it, it should interact like that. Don't you love it? Oh my gosh. I love it. All right, so then over here, like on my husband's one, let me show you that one again, because I haven't finished this off. I haven't really added a piece. But over here, this top left corner, there's nothing interfering with that. So you can actually add like another chicken over here on this one if you want, or another greeting. Just know that this is the interactive section that is going to be moving. Okay? Don't you love it? All right, so rewatch this video. Go, stage by stage, step by step, and you will be successful at making this interactive card. It's so amazing. I love it. So let me show you the chicken one again. I love it. And then on the inside, you can have your message and stuff. And this will take a bigger envelope, like I had said. But like this one, I'm going to hand deliver to my husband. But I'm still going to put it in an envelope because I don't want him to find it and not, I don't want him to see it until tomorrow on our anniversary. Oh, I love it. All right. So if you guys have any questions, please, I'm over here live in the chat room. Let me know. And I can kind of guide you through it. Also, there might be a printable and then there might not be. As of filming this video, there is not a PDF or a printable, but I'm going to really, really try to at least get the pieces of the card on a printable with the items that we used. And then just know the Let's Celebrate You is on the Hey Birthday Chick stamp set that I think is retired, but you can use any greeting really. Okay, I was going to use the one like in that stamp set, You Rule the Roost, but I couldn't find the stamp. So you can actually put that up here if you wanted. All right, guys. So I will be here live again next Wednesday. Don't forget to check out the newsletter for the paper share. There's going to be 2 options this year. Remember, one with the specialty paper and one without. So whatever you decide, there are different prices in the options that you choose. So make sure you read what paper is included in each of the paper shares. And then we will be ordering them September 6th with the new holiday mini catalog will be launched on September 6th. So everybody's got to prepay before that. So I'm going to cut that off on September 5th. So then early morning, September 6th, I can pre-order all the paper. Richard and I will be cutting it, packaging it, sending it out as quick as we can. But just know there will be delays in the shipping because the shipping is kind of backed up anyway from Stampin' Up. So, oh my gosh, I love this card, you guys. I'm just like all gaga goo goo over it. I love it. All right, so I'll see you guys live next week. Don't forget, same time, same glitter time, same glitter station. We'll be here in the glitter pit 3 o'clock next Wednesday. I love you guys.